let's kind of just talk about Obi-Wan first, and then we'll touch on some of the other stuff that we heard about.
Yeah.
You and I have some interesting viewpoints on this show because
for different stuff,
very different reasons. And I kind of explained it to you before we went on mic.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I have a question for you when you're done. Before we get into
go ahead.
Okay. Have you? Okay. So I was in my 20s and whatnot when the prequels came out. I went and saw all 3 in the theater. I liked them enough for what they were. I was divisive about them and kind of shitty about them for a while, but now I've understood that there are really good parts about the prequels that are worth checking out again.
Yeah.
How I think that's important to know before we get into this, that I've done that. How is your relationship with the prequels?
Oh, I don't like them.
Okay, you've never ever come back to them and
no,
been
I
like,
did.
okay, they're okay.
I did. I came back to them before The Force Awakens came out.
No, the prequels.
Yeah, before The Force Awakens came out, I watched all the Star Wars movies.
Right. Phantom Menace and
all of them, all 6.
Okay. Yeah.
And I couldn't get through them because I just
Phantom Menace is really hard to get through.
Well, the Attack of the Clones. I was like, this is
Attack of the Clones has a lot of sappy romantic shit that you have to fast forward through, but Episode 3 is pretty fucking great.
It's just the CG does not hold up at all.
All right, well,
for me.
No, it's okay.
To me, it looks like shit. And
I'm sure, but we're talking story. We're talking
story-wise,
story-wise,
and this is what we're gonna run into with this show.
Mm-hmm. Already.
I didn't feel a need to know what fucking Darth Vader was like as a child. I didn't need to know that.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. But we're talking about the third.
Wait, what?
Episode 3. We're talking about Episode 3.
You keep
because that's more relevant to the show.
Episode 3 is fine. It's not bad.
You don't love the fucking
not
end battle between the two? That's kick ass.
But yeah, you still have to swim through fucking 2 hours of shit.
Do
you? That.
Fast forward.
No, here's the thing.
Scene selection.
I'll be totally fair with you. I'll be totally honest with you. I tried to watch all 6 Star Wars movies.
Sure.
I couldn't. I got through like halfway episode 1. I was like, whatever. I got through like halfway of episode 2. I was like, after that big arena fight scene, it was all just CGI garbage. I was just like, ah. And then they really annoy me with the fucking Yoda doing the flippy dippy bullshit. All right. This old man. No, I'm kidding. I actually like that because I like the Yoda. But I didn't even watch episode 3 because I knew that. Dude.
Wow. It's the best one of the 3.
Tyler, spoiler, I know how it happened.
I guess you
he
fucking
becomes
do.
fucking Darth Vader because I know he does in the other movie.
I guess you fucking do, don't you?
Prequels are fucking pointless. Look.
Sure, fair enough.
Are there prequel movies that I have liked? I'm sure I have.
We're getting off on a tangent here.
Well, no, but
a little bit.
No, because it explains my feeling towards this show.
Okay.
In a sense
yes,
of like,
why
are we making this show when there are no stakes to what's happening? Because I know that Obi-Wan finds Luke. I know that Darth Vader kills Obi-Wan in episode 4. I know all this stuff. My big problem with Star Wars is they've always got to be like, we have to explain something that doesn't need to be explained because our audience can just go with what we're telling the story. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
okay.
As good as Rogue One is, did that movie need to exist?
Wow, now you're fucking ripping Rogue. What the hell?
No, I'm not saying that's a bad movie, but again, why did you make a whole movie to explain a plot hole?
Oh my God, come on. And you're just mad about the fucking Grand Moff Tarkin and the Leia stuff.
No,
interestingly enough.
No, here's the thing, Tyler.
You're also mad about
Leia.
Here's the thing.
I like Rogue One.
Okay.
And I'm going to like Andor. And I'm pretty sure Andor is a prequel.
We did watch the Andor trailer, and that looks really fucking cool.
So don't listen to me. Turn off the podcast.
No. Keep it up. I think it is important because before the first episode, they do recap everything that happened in the prequels to give you an idea of. Now, think about this, guys.
Okay.
All right, jeez.
I
want you to finish what you were doing. I do, because I know where I'm going, but I don't want you to lose what you're talking about.
Well, what I was saying, because you kind of interjected and I didn't get to finish my thoughts.
I know.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
We're fucking fine.
I want you to. It's fine.
I'm fucking. No.
damn it.
But okay, so
Yeah.
in like around 2015, around the time that Force Awakens coming out, some friends and I are sitting around. We're talking like, well, because they had already announced Rogue One's coming out, and they already announced that the Solo movie's coming. Like,
Yeah,
and this is the
they
point
bit
we're
off
like,
more
are we
than they
gonna
could
get
chew.
a Boba Fett movie? Are we gonna
Yeah.
get the? So we were speculating like, what
Obi-Wan movie. Yeah.
what are they gonna do? And a buddy of mine said Obi-Wan, like they want an Obi-Wan movie, and I said, why? And he goes, because I want to know what happens after episode 3 to episode 4. And I go, you know what happens? He finds Luke. He was on Tatooine with Luke. That's it. You don't need to tell me that story. And then now, fast forward to now, and then this is the movie that's coming, or this is the show that's coming out. So just, I don't know. On a base level, I just feel like this doesn't need to exist.
Do you like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan?
Yes.
So why can't you just enjoy more Obi-Wan being played by Ewan McGregor like I'm doing? That's what I'm doing. I really am.
Yeah.
I do want to start off by saying that my expectations for the show, you and I were kind of in the same boat. I had I was like, you know what? You fucked up the Book of Boba Fett. You really did.
I'll never forgive him for that.
Honestly, just what the fuck? Why? I still think you decided, you made decisions by proxy and by fan vote for all 3 of the sequel movies, which made them kind of shit.
It felt like the screenplay was like a
Written by a
Reddit post.
Yes, right?
Yeah.
So, my expectations are low, but I do have to say this. I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan, and you can tell that he loves playing this character.
Yeah.
And I will say that I viewed the prequels differently. Yes, there are no stakes. Yes, we know what happens, but I remember very distinctly having a conversation with my brother after I'd watched episode 3 in the theater. And I was just telling him, I was like, I really, really enjoyed it, because the first one kind of really turned me off. The second one got me back into it a little bit, and then the third one was like cool. But
the third one is the best of the.
Of course, but I told him, I'm like, I like that he still kept me interested, even though I know that eventually, yes, he becomes Darth Vader and he kills, Jedi, and all the Jedi die. I know what happens. I know what the end of this story is.
I do appreciate
but
the politics of it.
Liked watching that happen, because here's the thing: they used to do this. Dark Horse used to do this thing. It was an Elseworlds type of Star Wars series, and they were always 4 issues, and they would take each. They did New Hope, they did Empire, they did Jedi, and they basically changed different things. So, like in one of them, like Luke was like a dark side acolyte or something, and Leia like kind of moved into Luke's role. It was different stuff was shifted, right? And in one of them, they looked at it as what would have happened if Anakin Skywalker simply changed into Darth Vader, but none of that shit on Mustafar happened. Like, he was just a badass fucking Sith motherfucker, right? With he didn't have he was still a whole human, right? And honestly, that is so intriguing that you understand, like, the fucking epic of it, epicness of it, the epicity.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to say.
I am still a little kid inside a lot when it comes to Star Wars, and one of the things I love is the epic story of Anakin Skywalker's rise and fall, and Darth Vader, and how Darth Vader, and yes, by now we've done to death all of the, conversations about the plot holes and what Obi-Wan says in the original 3 movies, and compared to what actually happened when they showed us. Yes, what a dick. Why didn't you just say he was your dad, you fuck? Anyway, because George Lucas didn't know at that time, by the way, kids. He made it up as he went along, you fucks. Oh, continuity. Fuck you.
Whoa, Tyler.
Sorry.
Whoa.
The toxic part of Star Wars fandom needs to hear that. George Lucas is not God. Shut the fuck up. Anyway. No, seriously, stop it. But I still appreciate, like, that fucking, like, that story, that scale story of, like, this bad motherfucker Darth Vader, and that's why I loved the end of Rogue One, of course. But I love being able to see, like, I don't know. I
Okay.
I agree with you that there are no stakes.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, we know fucking spoiler alert, Leia's in it, and at one point he saves her from falling. And you made a really good point. Of course he's going to save her from falling. Duh.
Yeah.
Because obviously Obi-Wan's got to show up on Tatooine in episode 4, and Leia's got to show up in all. We know this, but I still liked it more than I thought.
We haven't even talked about the show itself.
No, but I still liked it more than I thought.
Before we get to that, I think this is just how I view things. Okay, and I don't expect anybody to have the same feeling I do or same opinion that I do.
We have similar feelings. I think.
Well, no, I'm just saying about art in general. For me, I can only speak for me. As someone who likes to write and express themselves creatively, for me, there is more fun in telling a story and then leaving things up to just ambiguity and letting people interpret something the way they want to interpret it and have their version of it and their imagination of it. I think that's
a fair criticism and actually a great way to write.
I just feel like that's more fun. And I'm glad that you enjoy those prequels. I'm glad that and I'm not saying that. And there's nothing wrong with this show.
Well, for a while I hated them though. For a while I fucking hated them.
There is nothing wrong with this show at all. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it. I think it's a fine show. Yeah. I think it's a fun show.
We talked about this. The production design is great. The acting is great. Of course,
but
you and McGregor.
It's just
Jimmy Smits is back, folks.
And I'm not trying to be an artist. I'm not trying to be like that fucking guy. I'm just saying how I interpret it
I prefer to let my audience think about things, you fucking Philistines.
Yes, you dullards. No, I feel like this is the best way that I can explain to you how I feel about Star Wars in a sense of I feel like there's so much in that universe that is them explaining something that they don't really need to explain.
That's a fair
you
criticism.
Don't need to tell me how.
And I agree.
And like I was saying earlier, you don't need to tell me how Anakin becomes Vader.
Sure.
I can just accept the fact that this is a big bad motherfucker.
Sure.
And that's all. And that's all he was.
Sure.
And then you add all this other mythos to him, and I'm like, it kind of takes away from that a little bit. But
yes, when they came out, yes, it did for me. It took away a lot. But then I revisited them, and it was, I don't know why, but I think I really hated what, if you know anything about what happened to Jake Lloyd, fucking shame on you, Star Wars fans. Fucking shame on you, motherfucking pieces of shit. Because they've been toxic for a long time. But they also tried to do the same shit to Hayden Christensen. And yes, here's the thing. If you look at the two movies that he has been in as Anakin Skywalker, his performance is generally viewed as wooden, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not very good. But if you view those two movies, and we're talking about episode 2 and episode 3, if you view those two movies the way they should, and it's more prominent and easier to spot in episode 3 because he's becoming Darth Vader, but you have to understand that he is a brat.
He's a teenager.
He's a fucking teenager, and he doesn't get his way.
He's just like Luke.
Yes.
Luke is the same.
If you look at that performance in episode 2, it's not nearly as wooden anymore. It's actually appropriate for what he's trying to play.
You watch.
So Hayden got a bad fucking rap, dude.
If you watch A New Hope, Mark Hamill's Luke Skywalker is a
whiny
little
bitch, dude. Oh my god.
Leia's
annoying. Tell him I'm ready. Tell him I'm ready, Ben.
Leia is annoying in this show.
Empire even.
Leia is annoying in this show, but she's nowhere near as annoying Luke was in the first movie.
Leia's annoying because she's trying to save people's lives. Luke's annoying because he's a little bitch and he wants to.
He wants to go to the
I'm
academy.
saying Leia's annoying in the Obi-Wan show.
Oh, fuck you,
stupid kid.
You.
He said to stay put,
That's
and she takes off.
The interesting fact is that you have a new baby. I have never had a child of my own, and yet I am entranced and
oh my god.
I think the
How much did Disney pay you? How much?
Not fucking nearly enough, you motherfuckers. Still waiting for that
No,
check.
I'm mad at Leia because she's a brat too.
Yeah, but no.
She was born into royalty. She was adopted into a royal family.
When she told off her cousin, that was badass.
Yeah, that was cool.
Come on,
I'm fucking with you. Jesus.
Fuck.
Jeez.
By the way, the Alderaanian guards, what the fuck kind of training is that? Let me blindly charge without my weapon drawn.
So let's talk about the episodes.
Let's talk about Flea. Fuck the episodes. Let's talk about Flea. That's what I want to talk about.
Well, okay, so like I said, I don't hate the show. I think there's some really cool things in this show. The first thing that happened, and this is just me being a shithead, I go, man, I'm so glad we're back on Tatooine. We're never on Tatooine. And then I started to ask, I'm like, I thought about it. Do they have like a desert plot? They're just like, we got to fucking shoot Tatooine shit here. We just got to do it. There's another thing. That was me just being a shithead. So the Inquisitors show up at the bar.
God, what could be happening on Tatooine? It's been so long since we've been here.
Never been there. Why can't we ever go back to Hoth or some shit?
Because I don't know.
I don't know. No. We meet third sister and is it second brother?
Fifth brother.
Fifth brother and third sister, and then
I'd never watched Rebels or
Neither did I.
Clone Wars, so I don't know what the significance of their names is.
But
I like the characters.
Yeah,
I thought the Grand Inquisitor was.
I like how Grand Inquisitor.
The Grand Inquisitor was suitably intimidating and kind of a dick.
Yeah, and I like that each of them had their own kind of armor. Like it's the same armor, but they had a little bit of variations. Deva, is it Diva? Deva?
Reva.
Why did I think there was a D there?
No.
She's great. I liked her.
Mm-hmm.
I like. It was kind of fucked up that she just cut someone's hand off, though. Later in the show, we're kind of jumping around, but I'm trying to remember the episodes because I watched both episodes Friday morning.
Okay. See, I watched and lending a little bit to episode
because they honestly blurred together because I watched them back to back.
Right, and the second part that I think that's why I can distinguish them a little better because the second part was really the episode that made me think I'm going to enjoy this. The first episode I was like,
I would say the second episode's stronger.
Right, and when he, I know that the idea of him walking onto the transport with his lightsaber clearly on his side is like, ooh, gotta watch the second one. But honestly, I had to work early on Friday, and I was like, you know what, this is not something that is going. There are times that I will stay up late to watch, whatever. But I just said no, I'll watch it tomorrow after work. I'm not going to be spoiled by anything.
Yeah,
that's usually wise because I don't want to get spoiled.
Which, how can you be spoiled? You know what happens
exactly.
at the end of the show.
Per Jake.
Is there
again? He's right.
Is there going to be? I wonder if there's going to be a time jump because he still doesn't look old.
Right. Yeah.
So are they going to jump the 18 years? Because didn't they say he was on Tatooine until Luke turned 18 or whatever? Or
yeah.
So we know that he's there for 18 years.
My thinking now is that all it is just going to be him trying to get Leia back to Alderaan. That's the whole fucking story, and then that's how it's going to end. And hey, here's a little thing that happened to Obi-Wan during that time.
And that's okay. So that is intrinsically another big flaw that I have with this show.
God, just fucking God.
And this
cancel your Disney Plus membership. Fuck you.
I'm still gonna watch it because I'm doing this show.
I'm gonna watch it because I have to.
Because I'm doing a pop culture podcast.
Damn it!
I'm my peas.
Pop culture.
Stop it. I'm gonna drive into a ditch.
Look at that fucking. Look at the. What is it called?
I know the wave.
Yeah, the sound wave. Holy shit! It's just these giant.
Stop making noises.
Requisite.
Fucking Michael Winslow.
Sir, could you come over here, sir? And then he just rips the fucking thing out.
Like some of that shit, I'm like, that ain't real. How is he doing that?
It is real.
Is it?
I've lost the creeps. The sweeps. The creeps.
I had to say that. Hey, that's the reality.
That's the reality. I don't know if it's real.
Calling out Michael Winslow.
Yeah. Wait, Michael Winslow. Yeah, okay. Is that his name?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure I got that.
He's in Spaceballs. He's one of the best parts.
Yeah. He's in all those.
Raspberry.
I forgot.
Shit.
Will you stop? So, what I really don't what drove me nuts about this. Okay, so we meet up with Leia and the Organas, and we figure out what they're doing, and I'm like, okay, why? And then sure enough, Leia gets kidnapped, and so now Obi-Wan has to go save her.
I gotta be honest before you go on. When we first started going to see Leia, I was like, what the fuck? Really? Are you fucking... I'm not gonna lie. Before I realized that was gonna be the driving force of the story, I was like, what? I do not give a fuck. I was exactly like you. I was like, I don't give a fuck what Leia was like as a kid. I don't care.
But again, it goes back to, so she gets kidnapped, and her dad, name I forget, what's his name?
Bail Organa.
goes
He's a senator.
Goes to Tatooine, sees Obi-Wan. He's like, look, I know you're not supposed to, I know they're hunting you, and I'm not even asking you to be a fucking Jedi, man. I'm just asking you to be my friend and get this kid. And I know that this kid means a lot to you because it's your friend's kids, And he's like, all right, fine, I'll fucking do it. I'll do it. I can't do it. Ewan McGregor, who am I kidding?
I'll do it then.
I'll do it then. Yes.
Senator, you don't know what you're
Also,
asking.
this show gets a 0 out of 10.
Wait, you
didn't
just
say
talk over my
hello there.
flawless.
Try it again.
No.
Do it again.
Of course, Senator. I'll find your daughter.
Not bad.
Thanks. He's very enunciating when he's doing
Yeah.
Obi-Wan.
Unlike he's trying really hard to mute that Scottish accent.
I gotta be honest. I really like that he's showing his teeth in a lot of scenes when he's like unsure or he's anxious.
Well, he's doing
because of his beard and everything, and his mustache, his full beard.
I do love that
you don't see the teeth that much.
I love that he's still doing the Alec Guinness impression.
Yeah,
he's still trying to sound like him. And and I've always liked that.
Yeah.
And again, I think Ewan McGregor is great as Obi-Wan. He's always been great as Obi-Wan. He was the best thing in those
prequels. He's an executive producer. Yeah, yes, he fucking was. Absolutely.
So I love seeing him be.
I will say Natalie Portman is super, super hot.
I'm coming at this as a thing of like I love seeing him do that role again.
Mm-hmm.
But when you put in the whole plot line of like, so now he's got to go save Leia, and it's like, why do you need to build this relationship? Why can't it just be she knew who Obi-Wan was because of the stories that her dad told her? Why did it have to be like, well, they met before, so then, of course, Leia will always call him again? Like, why are we doing that?
Here is something that
Tell me how I'm wrong, Tyler.
I'm not. In fact, I am going to wholeheartedly agree with you, and I'm going to point out a couple of the inconsistencies and why that is really stupid. Despite the fact that I'm enjoying the storyline, I cannot argue with you. The fact that they've met before, it's another fucking R2 fucking D2 fucking Darth Vader thing. Are you telling me, or C-3PO, are you fucking telling me that he doesn't remember building a fucking droid? Shut the fuck up. Okay? Are you telling me that even though he saves her when she was a kid, when she really needs him, how do I get there? How do I get these plans? Oh, let's go to Tatooine, and then maybe we'll find them, right? And you don't even know. No, okay. If you really knew, you would have just gone, "Hey, Dad, you remember where you remember where Obi-Wan lives?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you saw his fucking cave. Because you went to get him.
All they would have to do is don't they say in the first?
Now you got to retcon a bunch of shit, you fucking assholes.
But don't they say in the first movie that she knew about him from her dad? Or whatever?
But
that's enough. That's all you need.
Exactly. Why are you putting in a fictitious
So how are you liking
meeting?
this if you're on my side?
Because I enjoy the acting and I enjoy Obi-Wan. It's a different thing. I saw Star Wars when I was 2 fucking years old in the theater.
Yeah, well,
the
you know
original
what?
fucking.
You know what? Your first Star Wars was A New Hope, a fantastic movie. My first Star Wars was Phantom fucking Menace. Okay.
Fair.
So I've had a lot more shitty Star Wars stuff than you have.
Alec Guinness fucking hated Star Wars, by the way. Fucking couldn't stand it.
But here's the thing. I'm actually hopeful. I am. I think episode 2 ended on such a note that struck me because in my head I'm like, well, whatever. He's clearly Vader. But then I was like,
yeah, how is he going to be Vader?
So when I'm thinking, not even that.
That's what I was.
My line of thinking was, okay, I think I know where the show is going. Whereas you might think it's him being with Leia the whole time. I think it's.
I don't know.
I think it's going to be about him confronting.
Well, shit! I thought Grogu would be around for 2 episodes.
Hold on, I think he's going to. I think the rest of the show is going to be focused on him confronting. He's going to confront Vader before A New Hope.
Of course.
And they're going to have a conversation. And I feel like it's going to be.
I'm excited about that.
And I'm hoping it's less of a fight and more of him trying to reason with him before. And
the moment where she tells him and he fucking flips his shit.
He's just like he's hurt. Because he still loves him, and he's still realizes how
See,
he failed.
How can you hate the prequels when the prequels were what makes you know that
But-
there's that love there? When he cries at him at Mustafar, stop.
Tyler,
Let me finish. Let me finish, and then you can.
It's a powerful scene. I agree with you.
Okay, then.
I agree with
That's all I was gonna say.
you. Yeah, when he's
You were my brother.
you were meant to destroy the
I have to join them.
It's a great scene. And he's just screaming, "I hate you!"
Yeah.
Right? It's an amazing scene. I'm not taking it away from that movie.
Okay, fucko.
Again.
We're so pissed at each other. We're saying the same shit, but we're speaking different languages.
How can you tell me you have a different opinion on this show and you agree with all the consistency, canon, plot holes?
It's a feeling. It's a fucking feeling. I
You know
guess.
what? That's right. It's art. It is art.
It's how
and
it makes
it's
me
how you
feel.
and if it makes you happy, I'm not going to say it's a bad show. I don't think it's a fucking bad show.
But the thing was, again, episode 1 didn't make me immediately go, "Oh, thank God, there's an episode 2." And I know this is confusing for those who don't know Star Wars, because you're like, are you talking about the movies or the show? What the fuck? Let's say part 1 and part 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it-
Part 1 did not make me jump immediately into part 2, even though they were released early and at the same time. Why? Because I liked the first episode, but to me it was kind of like, okay, so basically you're going to be a jackass about everybody who tries to get your help.
Yeah.
That's fucking pretty shitty, Obi-Wan, but I got it, I guess.
But that's what I kind of and I do kind of like where the show is headed, in the idea of they're going to tell you how this broken, defeated man finds hope again.
Yes.
So
And in this world, we need to find hope. In our real world.
Yeah.
So it's a good
and I'm not
allegory.
doubting by the time the show's over that I'm like, oh wow, that was really fun and enjoyable. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm not gonna be like and gasp in scenes, because I'm gonna be like, well, yeah, of course that character won't die. So like that was I get the point of having him use the Force to save her.
Yeah.
In an inconvenient time to call back to being a Jedi, and I get it. It's a good idea.
By the
But
way,
again,
can I just say,
I knew that she wasn't gonna die.
By the way, can I just say one thing that really bothered me about that scene? So okay, so he did hit one of the bounty hunters, but not kill him and take him out, because he's still shooting. So when he's trying to save Leia, they just decide, you know what? Let's not shoot at him. Give him a second.
You know what? Let him catch that girl.
And then all of a sudden, he's down on the street with them not following him.
How did he get down there so fast? Must not have been that far of a drop.
So, gotta be honest, I will say this. I really, really enjoyed Kunail Nanjiani's character. That was
funny.
pretty fucking cool. I thought, honestly, that he would be a Jedi, but of course, right away, you know. But yeah, I really liked his character.
Oh, we didn't even talk about the one Inquisitor that has the Force ability to read minds. The Reva.
Oh, well, yeah.
I thought it was cool.
So, yeah.
What, you don't like it?
No, I
You
mean,
don't like
it's a Force ability that we've seen.
In other movies?
Yeah.
What?
Well, I don't know about other movies.
No, that's what I mean. For me, that's the first time I've seen
Okay,
it on screen.
yeah, I don't know about other movies, but I know
Well,
I've
you know
seen
what?
it. Like,
Take your fucking Star Wars snobbery somewhere else, buddy.
I'm basically this is gonna fall off, of course. You know how that works. I'm basically like a toxic Star Wars troll, except for I'm like a really like
Overly positive one.
Right. I don't share any of their traits of like, you know, anti-feminist and like, you know, all that crap. But I am a fucking shithead, you know, about Star Wars.
Well, I'll tell you why I feel the way I do about Obi-Wan.
Mhm.